Okay, so this is going to be my review of Justice League Gods and Monsters. I just finished watching the movie, and yeah, what did I think of Justice League Gods and Monsters? Pretty good. It's nice to see, Bruce Timm get back together with everybody over the DC animated films. Something this was sorely lacking was something called story. And let me back up, because the story mattered here. It really did. And it's something that's been really lacking in the past few DC animated films, where it's just been like, let's make all this violent action. Yeah! Let's just throw blood everywhere. Here, yeah, there's blood in this film, but there's story to it. You see, this is what I like, this is what I kind of didn't really like about, stuff with the new Justice League films that were supposed to be like the New 52, like Throne of Atlantis or War, where it just felt like the violence was just there to be violent. Where here, I'm all for, seeing violence in animated films, as long as you give it a reason to be there. And trust me, there's a reason for it to be here. It really is. It's really good. This film is really good. But I will say this up front. Two things up front. And not to fault the movie, just to give you a heads up if you haven't seen this yet. This is not for kids. Do not buy this for your children. This is, there's some really adult themes. There's swearing. Of course, there's blood. Some people just die horribly. People die bad. There's one scene where a group of people are killed by a trio of robots, and you'd have thought that goddamn Jason ran in there. From Friday the 13th. Other thing, if you're looking for like a straight-up punch-up movie, there's some good action, especially towards the end of the film. But this is more like something along the lines of like Watchmen, where throughout the story you have more of this big overall... And that's the thing, it's like, I feel like Bruce Timm, this is the closest he's going to get to doing like a Watchmen or an Authority story, because in this story you definitely get the vibes of like the Authority or Watchmen, because here it is. There's this big overarching mystery, and the Justice League of this universe, which consists of just Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, who in this universe, as I've talked about in the Chronicles story, Superman is the son of Zod, Batman is Kirk Langstrom, but he's more like Morbius the Living Vampire from the Marvel Universe. It actually is a lot like the origin of Morbius in there, with Kirk Langstrom. And Wonder Woman in this universe is a character called Becca from the New Gods universe, from the New Gods. And all of them have come together to protect the world. Now, yeah, and the big story is that there's this group of scientists that worked on a government project, and they're all being killed off, and the Justice League's being framed for it. Now, the other thing with this film is that, yeah, these characters are vastly different from the characters we know today, the characters we know of Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. But you see the essence of these characters in there. You see, Superman in this universe, like I said, the son of Zod. And in this universe, you see that he's especially in his Chronicles story, where, in the Chronicles story, we saw him just pretty much ignore everyone on a bus to get to the big problem, which was Brainiac. But in here, you do see, like, the essence of Superman in here. You see the essence of those characters in here. Like, when he comes upon a pair of dead bodies of a father and child, a father and son, together, he sees the bodies of them, he's like, oh my god, and he has this solemn moment where he's just like, I can't, I've had this problem. And I really like the take they did with it, rather than, when he comes to Earth, he lands, I believe, somewhere in Mexico, or, I think they said Texas or Mexico, I can't remember which. But yeah, he crash lands there and is raised by illegal immigrants. And the big reason why he's really doing this is like, I don't do this for the government, I'm doing this for them. I'm literally protecting the world, for the people, the real downtrodden characters. That's what Superman's all about, protecting the little guy. And I feel like Bruce Timm took that aspect of Superman and really molded it into something cool, of taking that aspect of, the real downtrodden and being their champion. Granted, this is a champion that's going to kill people, and I mean a lot of people, but still, it's there. You see that essence of Superman, just like the whole essence of Wonder Woman through Becca. You see that through that character, and the essence of Batman through Langstrom's Batman. There is some cool cameos by other characters. It's nice to see this new universe and how it's kind of molded into what it is now. we also get origin stories, which the origin stories for Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman in this universe, they kind of take up a little more of the film than I wanted to. I feel like they should have been shortened down. I really feel like they should have been shortened down because they kind of take up like 30-40% of the story, and they're good origins. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like they should have been cut down, especially Batman's origin. I feel like Langstrom's origin of how he became Batman kind of went on a little bit longer than it should. Because this movie is about only an hour and 15 minutes long, so yeah, we gotta get back to the story. But like I said, this is more of a mystery story, something in the vein of Watchmen, or, it does have the themes of The Authority or Stormwatch in here. What else? If you're a fan of, like, the Bruce Timm drawing art style, you're gonna like this. Because, again, this, like, all the character and art styles in here are pretty much all Bruce Timm, so, it's really good to see that all come together once more. What else did I want to talk about? Other than, this is a really good film. The story's great. But again, if you're looking for like a big fisticuff story, I wouldn't recommend it. Also, like I said, this is not a movie for children. Yeah. But yeah, you really have to also take it out of, context that, this is a movie that is while it is a different universe, it's somewhere like a part of the 52 universes out there. It does have the core of the characters in there, but again, they're still really bad. They still do some really bad shit, to protect the world. And characters do die. In fact, there's one character. Luthor, real quick. I really liked what they did with Luthor, voiced by Jason Isaacs. I was like, can we just have Jason Isaacs come back to voice Luthor more? Because he was, like, right next to Clancy Brown, and, there's been some other Luthor voices, but I would like to see him come back to play Lex Luthor again, who in here, he's very much like a Stephen Hawking's type character. I don't want to go further than that. And the villain in here, you kind of figure out, it took me a minute, I was like, oh, that's the bad guy. Because it took me a bit like, oh, okay. And then the villain scheme behind him's like, oh, that's why you became a villain? Okay. Oh, that's a little dark, but it's a little generic. I guess you just went crazy for the sake of crazy, whatever. But all in all, really good story, really good movie. I highly recommend it. Go rent it on DirecTV or, find it on Redbox, or go out and get the DVD or whatever. But yeah, once again, highly recommend Justice League Gods and Monsters. And now, after seeing this, I'm like, I am so ready for Killing Joke now. I am so goddamn ready for Killing Joke. But anyway, so you guys tell me, what did you all think of Justice League Gods and Monsters? Have you seen it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.